So the international flight will be open anyway, Cider. Maybe now we are now June. Maybe next month, July. Yeah.
No.
In France, June 17, Air France travel to Africa. Yeah.
No.
Yes, I was been given a confirmation. Air France.
No.
Yes.
No.
It does. Just
No.
keep on up the visiting my page because I was given an update. Okay, just go on my page. There is an Air France airline. Even
Madam,
yeah.
I tell you, the Emirates has given confirmation to 20 times.
What do you mean?
They say they confirm June, they confirm June 15, they confirm June 20, they confirm June 30. Now they to push. Every time it come confirmation time, they push back. Trust me, madam, nothing will happen for the rest of 2020.
Well, it's okay. We don't have any issue. My seller can sell gold locally anyway.
Yes, but he is already selling that gold, and he is that is not enough.
It would be enough.
No.
It
Then
would
why
be.
you want to look for a buyer?
No export. The seller is the exporter. Yeah.
Yes.
The seller is the exporter. And the small trader, they come to the exporter. The exporter will not buy buyer's terms because he knows that the gold is high demand. He is an exporter. Yeah. So only small miner that really can sell cheap price, go for it. But the exporter, he wouldn't because he knows the spot price. He wouldn't give in.
No problem.
So that is how it works. So only
I know.
Yeah.
Buyers willing to buy are willing to buy -3.
Well, if they buy -3, they can buy that to the refinery. Yeah.
No.
Well, the refinery have no supply, so how could he buy? They will buy. I have a buyer willing to travel. Yeah. I have a buyer. I just finished talking to him. Yeah. He's been floating around for 12 months. And he found me on YouTube and he read and listen. He's happy. And he sent me his business registration already. That is a real buyer. He sent me his passport copy 1 hour ago. Before you call me, he sent me his business registration. He has an office in Dubai, but he's going to bring the gold to India to make into jewelry. So I told this buyer, take time, don't rush. So he's willing to wait. He's willing. So he showed me his business registration and his passport copy, and he will send the proof of fund when the lockdown because he's going to travel because he's going to have a long-term supply for 12 months. That is the type of buyer, the real buyer. Yeah.
Yes.
So that is how it works. Most of the buyer, they're just window shopping on social media. That's fine because social media is the key to find the supply. To us, we don't have any problem at all. I don't have any issue, really, Saida. So I don't have one friend of mine for 5 years. He opened his business in Uganda. He's a Canadian. I was talking to him around midday. He knows me, and he said, "Madam, I was been looking for you." I said, "Why you been looking for me?" He lost my Skype, so he went to my Facebook and YouTube. He found me on YouTube. And he has a lawyer drafting the contract, and I advise him, you know me for 5 years. Lawyer is only to prepare the contract, but lawyer has no idea on the transactions in Africa. Lawyer can draft the contract. There's no problem with that. Yeah, I can even drop the contract because I have a lot of contract based on international way of doing business. Real estate, I advise my seller, this is the contract you are going to use. Yeah. So he opened a company in Uganda, and he asked me a buyer. Can you imagine that? And I told him, you can find a buyer. I don't chase buyer chasing me, because I'm the only person who show my face. So I really don't really worry at all. My seller is not worried because my seller is still selling gold locally. And he accumulate lots of gold for rainy days. So you know how much the spot price on local? The goldsmith buying spot price.
Yes.
On 22 carat is $50,000. The local buyer has no problem at all. Yeah. Only the trader wanted the discount and wanted the profit and bargain, and he doesn't have the money. He's going to leverage it. He's going to launder it. So it wouldn't work. Cider, the real seller is smarter than a small gold trader. Yeah, they are smarter because they've been in gold business for many years. This gold trader is just only a baby. Buy and sell and get the profit. They're just a baby. And they come to Wilhelmina to learn a baby, and I give them milk in their mouth, still they cannot even comprehend. So that is how it works. You learn a lot from me. I mentor you. I advise you because I don't want you to be duped again. I don't like it.
So, Madam, I have big balls to go to Africa and test my luck and put my life on the line.
Yeah, you went there. That's a really you experience. That is good that you experience. That's good. You will not learn unless you have a bad experience. I have a bad experience when I was in Ghana. Yeah, then I learned. Yeah, you never learn if you don't encounter disaster. So now I learn and I share it. Those trader that say, oh, is scam. I don't believe that. Gold is money. I given you the other articles that there was a big gold bullion scam in Hong Kong.
Yes, I read that.
Yeah. So those brokers, they're selling the serial number, and the gold bullion stays on the vault. It wouldn't move. You only buy serial number. Yeah. Then they ask money up front. Look at this beautiful lady. What's the front act? It's better to buy unrefined and refine it. Then you can get the fresh serial number. But there's so many gold trader that have no idea. They only think about how much is my profit. Then if you don't have the money, how are you gonna get the profit? Then you're gonna stumble down. Just like when you drive a car, Cider, on the main road. And when you drive a car and it's winding road, and if you're drunk and then you hit the post, then you're gonna be killed. Buying gold, exactly the same. Yeah. If you know the logic, if you listen to my video explanation to you while I'm having live, those international buyer can listen. Just like when you buy a car, you want a safety, and then you're in a hurry on driving on the main road, and then you're drunk because you drive 100 kilometers per hour. What happened? You're gonna meet accident. Buying gold, exactly the same. Why you're gonna meet an accident? When you're gonna be offered cheap price, and this seller and buyer would not tell what is the requirement. Last night I was being approached by a seller. He's selling $27,000, right? Okay. And he said he's a seller. I said, really? What is your price? 27. Okay, all right. And why are you selling 27? What is your position? He said he is an agent to the community. So you can imagine that. And I told him, you are deceiving the world, and also you are deceiving the community. So, madam, we just offer gross, but when he arrived, we will explain to them. I said, no, don't do that. So I educate this agent, and he learned. I told him, do not do that, because a minute you mislead, then you're gonna be accused as a scammer. You're one of 27, and the price of gold is 54. I told him. So that is, he said to me, we will just to taste the buyer. I said, don't do that. Don't ever do that. See, Mr. Buyer, that the 27, that agent pretending to be a seller, he's going to taste you to travel to that particular country. You're a stranger, you must remember. And what happened? You stayed in the hotel, and then they changed. It's better to tell upfront. Put that on the contract. When the buyer arrived, bingo. There's no surprises. Yeah. So I educate this agent. He works for the community. So that is how it works. So I really, this industry cider is really very difficult for the broker that doesn't understand. So you went to Africa, now you understand the industry. The enemy is the Ministry of Mines. The enemy of the seller is the Ministry of Mines. Yeah, the seller has gold, but how are you able to export to a person if the Ministry of Mines will not certify? That is the hurdle. See? Even in Ghana, a lot of cheap offer. 32, 33, 35, go for it. Because when the seller apply for the export documentation, the Bank of Ghana will not give the form to a seller unless the seller will declare that he is going to export. The government will not allow their gold to leave the country without full payment. So what happened? There's a lot of gold in Africa, yeah. But you must remember, Saida, gold has many uses, eh? And there are two kinds of gold, industrial or making jewelry. That is why when you have a buyer in Dubai, you're gonna ask the buyer, okay, what are you intend to use? So I'm going to make into gold coins. Yeah, you can buy that even $30,000. But the gold, the gold in Africa is 22. Very rare to get 14. Very rare. Unless you go to Ghana, there's a lot of gold in the industrial polo brush. Yeah. That's what Mr. Salman Kanwar was bargain and bargain. He get the gold with 14 carats. Yeah. So that's it, how it works. And then he accused me, I'm a scammer. I didn't even receive any single dollar from him. I spend the long distance. I spend time and money for my follow-upping and phone calls. Mr. Salman Kanwar owe me my services. Yeah. So he is a scammer, not me, because I never received any single cents from anybody in terms of gold. Nah. I learned from my many bad experience either. My bad experience give me a lesson. Yeah. And I become more vigilant. That's why I share it, so that the buyer, real buyer, would not encounter what I had encountered before. You got me? My seller is a real, because I was in the office, and everything is spot on. And my seller in Sierra Leone, they've been in gold business and diamond for 12 years. My Conakry was been in gold operation for 20 years. But he wouldn't sell his gold very cheap. He wouldn't. He sell his gold whatever the price of the world market, spot price. They give a discount of 5% or 8%. Yeah. But if I'm with the buyer, yes, the buyer will get a very good deal because someone calling me. But anyway, Cider. Anyway, someone. Okay, someone is calling me, so nice talking to you. Okay. All right. And enjoy. What time is it now in Dubai?
3 p.m.
Here is almost 9 o'clock. It's 8:52 in the evening. My online office open starting from 7 to midnight, but sometimes I exit early because when I have a buyer from Skype, I have to be with the buyer on Skype to interview the buyer. Yeah. So that the price of gold today changed, turn back to 54. Yeah. The price of gold, it fluctuates. So now I have to leave you because someone is wanting to talk to me on Skype. All right. All right. Thank you, Cider. Thank you. Bye. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry. I have to shorten our conversation with Cider just a moment. I have someone here. Okay. All right. Now, sorry, Mr. Buyer, or whoever you are. Welcome to my Facebook and also on YouTube. This video, I'm going to upload this on YouTube as well. Okay, so just a moment. Live. Okay. All right. So I think, Mr. Buyer, I know you've been searching for gold for many months, and as today we are locked down, there is no international flight. But if you are really wise, you're searching at the moment, and when you search gold, my video pop up into your screen. What you have to do, just read the full corporate offer. It's on here on this live video. Take time to read, and then when you are ready, then you send a formal letter of intent to purchase for me to validate you. So this full corporate offer is to tell you that the gold in Africa is 22.54. That is an offer, equivalent to 23. So the purity is from 94, 96, 97. That is an offer. So the gold has to be assay to a local refinery in order to get the assay report. Then when you get the assay report, you transfer your payment bank to bank. And I would know which seller I'm going to put you, either Sierra Leone, Conakry, and Mali. So, Mr. Buyer, do not travel without invitation. Do not. And do not let anyone deceive you. I can guarantee you, you're gonna fail. There are so many cheap offer, 32, 33. That is to tease you. You're a gold trader. Go on the world market. The price of gold today, 54. I'm going to go to the world market price, okay? Just a moment. Because the price of gold, it varies every day. Okay. Today is June 8. Now, the price of gold today is up 1695.81. 1695.81 multiplied to 32.15, that is 54,520. Okay, now because you're buying direct from us, you're buying to a miner that who produce gold. So instead of 54,520, we give you less 8%. So our selling price is tax inclusive. Now, okay, I'm gonna get the paper. I will give you the real pricing today. Yeah, don't bank on it because the price changes every day. So today the price of gold is 54,520.29. That is already refined. So you are buying unrefined, Mr. Buyer. So we give you 8 less percent out of 54,000. This is the price today. This is the price today, spot price. Today is June 8. The time here is 8:27 in the evening. So this is refined, okay? This is the spot price. We give you a spot price, okay? Less 8%. So you have a profit of 4,361.62 per kilo. Okay. So then, back to 54,520.29. Our selling price is 50,158.66. Okay, on 8% now. Okay, Mr. Buyer, in every transaction there is always room for negotiation. I would like to help you to secure gold and diamond in order for you to get the supply, because I know that you are really looking for supply. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. Because I'm with you and I am your business facilitator, okay? I am the only person who put my face, Mr. Buyer, in front of you. Now, instead of paying this, I will give you a very good deal, okay? Now, I will give you a very good deal. Just a moment. 5, 2, 10, 29, minus 10, minus 54 again, 5, 20, 29. Now, Mr. Buyer, this is the price if you're gonna convince Wilhelmina after you read this, okay, the full corporate offer, send me a formal letter of intent to purchase coming from you, stating the quantity, the carats, the destination, and the mode of payment is F.O.B. There's no way you will get the gold CIF. The seller will not pay everything for you, and then the gold will come to you, and then you're just sitting down in your ass. It wouldn't work at all. CIF is cost, insurance, and freight. The seller will not do that. So I'm going to give you a secret of negotiation, a secret of buying. Now, this is 49. If you're gonna send me a letter of intent, this is 10%. We're giving you 10%, provided when you read this full corporate offer on this video, you show me your business registration to convince me. Show me your importation license. Show me your passport copy. And you need to show proof of fund, your bank statement. So when you send it to Wilhelmina, your information would not go to any third party. Your information would keep it privately to Wilhelmina, because Wilhelmina is your business facilitator and also seller's mandate. So your letter of intent, I will send it to the head office. I am going to convince my seller to give you 10% because I'm satisfied with you. If I am not satisfied, the seller will sell to you sometime 5% or 8%. So which one you like, Mr. Buyer? So I've given you already tick. Broker would not explain to you. Do not deal with too many chain of joker because you will fail, Mr. Buyer. You will fail. Deal with Wilhelmina. I will take you, I will assist you, I will guide you, and there is no surprises. Now, this is today. If you're gonna confirm, even though it's locked down, I will ask my seller to fix the price, including the tax. You are not going to pay taxes because I am going to ask my seller, let us waive the tax. The buyer is paying 49, okay? Tax inclusive. You only pay the shipping cost and insurance. So which one you like, Mr. Buyer? Now you read this full corporate offer thoroughly. Don't be excited. You are buying $500,000 here. $500,000 to $1 million. Now, Mr. Buyer, you start 20 kilos. 20 times this one, okay? 20 times 49,000. I will round up to 49. 49,000 equals, okay? Just a moment. 49,000 times 20 kilos. Okay. 980,000. This is $500,000. This is 20 kilos. Okay, if you want 10 kilos, it is not worth it because there is a costing. So, we will reserve your 20 kilos based on the contract. So, when you send a formal letter of intent, then you will receive a letter of confirmation of your order from the head office. Wilhelmina will determine which seller I'm going to put you, Conakry, Sierra Leone, or Mali. Do not travel without Wilhelmina and do not travel without invitation. We will invite you as the valued customer. We don't entertain buyers already on the ground. We don't. Because I need to screen you in order for us to determine whether you are capable to pay what you are ordered. So, Mr. Buyer, does anybody explain to you like this? None whatsoever. My online office, everybody can listen to this video, everybody can read it, but Mr. Buyer, take time to listen and take time to read. Now, so on the 20 kilos would be reserved in the office. This is 20 kilos, eh? So reserve now. When the price goes up, we give you fixed price of $49,000. We will waive the tax. I will ask the seller to waive the tax. You only make a payment bank to bank. Now, because the African seller is a minor, of course, when you see the 20 kilos and after the ASE report, you need to make a partial down payment, your commitment. So, you have to buy a metal box. If you are in Hong Kong or Dubai, bring your own metal box. After the ASE, then you sell the metal box, then you will transfer the payment bank to bank. Why? When you transfer your payment bank to bank, it would take 3 to 5 working days from your bank in your end. Let's say I'm gonna use Dubai. From Dubai to Africa, it would take 3 working days, maximum of 5 working days. So goes to the correspondence bank in New York, then goes to the central bank of that country, then goes to the headquarters, and then goes to the local branch. So when the seller got the receipt that your payment has been cleared, then the seller will start to process an export documentation. Now, the export documentation, Mr. Buyer, you will get the commercial invoice. You will get the certificate of ownership confirming that the product is free of illegal activities. You will get the ownership that you paid the good on this amount. And then on the export documentation, the export license number will only appear. Then the ASA report, then the airway bill, then the insurance. So you have to pay the insurance and airway bill. Okay? And custom clearance. Now you're going to say, well, Amina, who is the shipper? Now you can choose the shipper. My seller has his own shipper. Okay? Eagle Logistic, or my seller has his own. Now you can use Brinks if you want. In Sierra Leone, there is no Brinks, only in Conakry. Because I done my research in Conakry. We have Brinks. So I called the Brinks. I was talking to David. David says to me, well, Amina, our job is to keep the gold to our custody. So the buyer and the seller has an agreement, which is the contract. So if you buy, if I'll put you on Conakry, the Brinks will come to the office, inspect the 20 kilos. He will assay, he will test the gold, yeah, and then he's satisfied, then the seller will bring that to central bank to do the official assay. So then, when the gold has been assayed, it stays at the central bank. Conakry is really very strict. So that is why do not cut corner. There are so many sellers in Conakry are cutting corners, and also the buyer. That is why you failed as well. So I've been to Conakry, my transaction successful. You listen to Wilhelmina's guidance. So the gold will be stay at the central bank. So when the paperwork is ready, the gold will be hand carried by the armor car from the central bank to the airport custom area to hand over. Let's say you're gonna use Emirate Cargo, because Conakry fly 3 times a week from Dubai to Conakry. And if you are in France, Air France will do the shipping direct to your destination. Okay, so I explain it to you very thoroughly. No such broker are explaining to you like this, none whatsoever. So those broker that accusing Wilhelmina that is scam, they are the scammer because they don't help you. Yeah. Recently, I was being attacked and my picture was being copied from my Facebook. So if you see this picture, Mr. Baya, it was being copied by scrupulous thugs online, like Nicholas Albi. This is, if you see the picture, I will show you, Mr. Baya. So this is for your benefit. Okay, Wilhelmina will not scam you, because I'm not going to get your money. Just a moment. I'm gonna show you the picture taken from my Facebook. Mr. Buyer, this is the picture was been stolen on my Facebook by online thugs. Now this gold is real. This gold is from Ghana, and Eric Blasco screwed me. This gold has been assayed at AR Logistic 2014. This picture is real because I was inside at the AR Logistic. This picture has been stolen from my Facebook. And that online thug, okay, put messages that I'm a scammer. I don't know. Mr. Bayo, if I am a scammer, do you think I'm going to show my face? Think about it, Mr. Bayo. Those who accuse Wilhelmina, they are online criminal cyber thugs because they're hiding their faces. Recently, okay, I'm gonna show you who is still the picture. Okay. May 13, May 2013 and 23rd, this is the online thug. He still my picture, and also this lady, she also still my picture. Yeah, this lady is from Johannesburg. They hate my guts, Mr. Bayer. Why? Because they cannot compete my experience. This lady, she has a profile on LinkedIn, has no information. She doesn't know what she's doing. Social media is the key to find the supply. I am here, Mr. Buyer, to assist you because I was also a victim. Yes, I was also a victim. That is why I have to put this online in order to correct you, Mr. Buyer, and to correct other seller. Because there's a lot of seller will offer you 27. There's a lot of seller offer you 33, 34, 35, 36. You must remember, Mr. Seller, you are offering to international buyer. And then when international buyer come to your country, there's a lot of surprises. The Ministry of Mines will ask you, Mr. Seller, where is the receipt of payment coming from the buyer? So if the buyer is cutting corner, both of you are scamming each other. The meaning of scamming is you deceive yourself and you deceive the buyer, and then the buyer manipulates you, Mr. Buyer, and then you let the buyer manipulate you. So both of you are scamming each other. So don't do that, Mr. Seller, if you're watching me. Mr. Buyer, do the proper thing because you're a real businessman. If you're a real businessman, take time because believe me, you gain knowledge out of this video. Okay, so read this full corporate offer. It's really very simple. If you pay attention, digest it properly, and no such broker online on LinkedIn or on YouTube or on Facebook explaining like this. None whatsoever. I'm here to show my face. So, Mr. Buyer, which one you gonna deal? The person that have no picture, only gold, or the person hide their faces? There's so many offer on social media, especially in Facebook. They are agent. They want to trap you. They want to sell to you, but that agent have no idea. He has no idea. Gold is a very tricky business, Mr. Buyer. Mr. Seller, please be transparent as well. If you're watching Wilhelmina, don't deceive the international buyer. Mr. Buyer, do not deceive as well the local seller. Both of you, please do not deceive it. Follow the golden rules of the government because the government are getting strict because they're losing income. Why they lose income? The seller evading taxes as well. They don't declare properly to the Ministry of Mines that what the price the seller is selling. So I am here to help you, Mr. Buyer. Okay, you must remember, my services is not for free. When I travel, it's no longer free. I've given you free information through my online office. I am very, very thorough, Mr. Buyer. So, Mr. Buyer, tell me, how long you've been searching for gold? What are you intend to use? Because gold has many uses. Either you're gonna buy gold to sell it to the company, big company, they're gonna smelt it to make into SIM card. Either they're gonna make into lipstick. This is gold, 10 carats. Either they're gonna smelt to make into jewelry. This is gold. Either they make into necklace. This is gold. Or they're gonna refine it into 99.99. So gold has many uses. From the dust gold coming from the mine, they wash it on the water, they get the dust gold, then the dust gold they smelt it into bar and then ready for export. Then you as the international buyer, you look at the gold, whether the gold 22 carats, because there is a chemical element of the gold, Mr. Buyer. So you have no idea. So Wilhelmina is the one who explained it to you. So don't believe on those agent or fake seller selling you, they're using picture, they're copying a picture. So make sure, Mr. Buyer, you're dealing with the right person. Now, Mr. Buyer, there's a lot of buyers as well been deceived because he thought that he could get CIF when he is on the ground. Okay, so make sure, Mr. Buyer, when you travel with Wilhelmina, you need to have ready money in your bank account. Bring some money because you need cash money to make a partial down payment as your commitment. You will be given a receipt that you paid a partial down payment. Then the balance, the same day, you have to transfer it from your bank account to the seller's bank account in order to process the export documentation. Does that make sense, Mr. Buyer? My online office is very, very thorough and very explanatory. So, Mr. Buyer and Mr. Seller, please do not deceive international buyer, okay? And Mr. Buyer, do not deceive as well yourself. Do not. Take time to read this one. See, very, very clear, Mr. Buyer. It is impossible you will fail. You're gonna fail when you're gonna shortcut your journey. You will fail 100% guarantee. You will fail. I can guarantee you, you will fail if you don't have this. If you're asking LC, it wouldn't work. African miner is cash transaction. Here's the gold, show me the money. Because of gold laundering and money laundering. Africa is a red flag of money laundering and gold laundering. That is why the government are tightened their policy, because there's so many foreigners thinking they can get gold and get the handsome profit. I've been to Africa recently before lockdown, so I'm sharing you my experience, Mr. Buyer. I'm sharing you. So you're a winner watching Wilhelmina. This is my online office. My online office open 7 days a week. I work Saturday, Sunday because we have a time difference. I only come online, answer some question. Then I will be live. But when you come and when you send me a letter of intent, I would like to call you privately. I would like to see you live privately because I want to see you. You already see me, Wilhelmina. I want to see you. Add me on Skype, okay? I want to see you. I want to have a live video conference. Don't be scared, Mr. Buyer. Don't be scared because I am here helping you. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. And I have to leave you because someone is buzzing me on my WhatsApp. The time here is 9:19. If you have not seen Wilhelmina live online, you can buzz me on Skype. You can buzz me on WhatsApp. You can talk to me privately. All right. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.